YouTube. We are back. We are monetized on YouTube. We've reached 1,000 subs. We've done it, y'all. We've hit that first big milestone that we've been looking for, and I cannot thank y'all enough for all the appreciation, all the love, all the new people coming around. There's new content on the way because 2K23, it's that time of year. It's a new 2K. We got brand new content coming out. It's just looking good. So basically, 2K dropped on their website all the big news for basically the next 2K cycle that's coming up. All gameplay stuff, all just the new stuff we can look forward to, badges, jump shots, all that stuff. So let's jump right into it. So off the bat, we're going to be looking at the offensive gameplay. They're talking about, they said defense was basically the point of emphasis last year. This year, they're trying to get more into the offensive type of thing. They redesigned shooting completely. They've done a bunch of new stuff with the Pro Stick. So let's get into the Pro Stick. They said the most obvious upgrade is the addition of new gesture combos to the Pro Stick. We refer to the new mechanics as double throws. So this is a big thing they're talking about with the new 2K is double throws. This seems like it's going to be the new big mechanic that is going to be everything we're using next year. So double throws essentially has to do with, flicking your stick, your Pro Stick, your right stick, in certain directions multiple times to basically for a more customizable layup animations, dunk animations, Euro step spins. I think it's more, it's more skill based. It's more, you can cater. You can get more animations that you're looking for. It's not as RNG. It's not like I hold the stick this way and we'll see what my dude does with his right hand, how he fillets it up. I feel like this is like more us controlling the animations that are happening. So they said it's called double throws, flicking the Pro Stick in all different sorts of directions. You can get Euro steps, spin moves. Like that's how it's going to be this year. It's going to be a very new method of doing things. At least it kind of says it, but it feels like something we've kind of always done with the skill stick, but it's probably more in depth this year. So we're going to have to wait to see that. And as I'm explaining all these things, if you get a little confused, anything like that, feel free to go to NBA.com or NBA2K23 and look at the look at the stuff yourself and see what we're looking at. Flex on the rim. This has to do with the skill stick stuff too, with the let me try the double throws they call it. But basically, the new Pro Stick, it says it's new, but it looks basically the same. But it kind of explains, up on the right stick is two hand, right is your strong hand, left is the weak hand. That's a pretty self-explanatory stuff, but it kind of gives you a breakdown of which way on the stick gives you which dunks for the most part. But it said it's very basic, but the double throw stuff is, it's supposed to kind of give us a way to pick our animations more on the floor. That's what they go at a lot in this article. They talk about just the skill moves and all the things you can do. They got new dribble mechanics, all new signature crossover packages, dribble packages. So obviously they revamp the dribbling every year and they try new stuff. So you can also look forward to all the new dribble moves and new animations that you can do with the right stick. All the skill combos, going to the hoop, dribbling the ball up top. But another big thing outside of, the new stick work stuff is adrenaline boost. This is a big thing that people have been talking about, the adrenaline boost, which, everybody struggled with the guarding left to right cheesers, those stage head dribblers that dribble left, dribble right, dribble left. They dribble 24 seconds off the clock and they shoot it and it's still green. So obviously every year they say they fix this. Every year they say they do this, do that, and they've adjusted it. So I don't want to go too far into saying, wow, they fixed it until we see it. But adrenaline boost is a brand new feature. They have a video on here. It basically shows Lonzo dribbling the ball, and where you have your stamina bar every year. Now you're gonna have these 3 bars underneath your stamina bar. That is kind of like, it feels like once those run out, you're not gonna be able to make as many shots. You're not gonna be able to run as fast, obviously. So it just seems like it's a more kind of in-depth version and a more like eyed up version that we can see. We've dribbled too much, we can't shoot now. So I think they're just trying to get more into it. They're just trying to, like, all the stuff that we kind of think, like all the things that we think could be placebo effects, or like mentally things that were like, 2K does this and that, like if you dribble X amount of times you're not able to shoot no more green, that we've always thought in the past. Now it seems like this brand new adrenaline boost thing that shows the 3 bars underneath your stamina, it feels like this is going to be a more direct, eyed up thing that we're going to be able to see that, okay, he's dribbled too much. Now it's going to be interesting to see if defenders who's guarding the point guard can see he's out of these adrenaline boosts. Now we can kind of play off of him. He's not going to make a shot now. But off of that, we go to shooting. They talk about a more authentic shooting. They said they revamped it crazy this year. They said there's so many more variables into shooting this year. They said the shot speed, the release height, defensive immunity, how effective the shot is against defensive contests. But yeah, these are like the 4 stats. So each jump shot, they said this year, each custom jump shot has their own stats. So I don't know if y'all have ever been on Twitter and seen 2K Labs, and they've always every year like gave us the best jump shots. They've labbed out what has the best green window. Now it kind of feels like 2K is kind of laying that out for us. It essentially, that's what it looks like. But they said each signature jump shot and stuff like that is going to have like their own basic statistics for shot speed, release height, like how you shoot over the contest, called defensive immunity, and timing impact, basically your normal timing. But it sounds like your release height and stuff like that is going to be factored in this year. It's very, very interesting. Like I feel like they do this every year though, where they tell us all these new things and they give us these new words and these new things they throw into the game, and then it just turns out to be the same thing and it's not a non-factor. But I like what I'm seeing. I feel like it is, a lot of these things when you read it and you really read into it more in depth, you kind of see, you're like, maybe they are really doing some creative stuff this year that's going to be fun for us. Shot meters. There's going to be 5 shot meters, default shot meters you can select from. It's basically all the same shot meters. Essentially, well, the concept of it is the meter goes all the way up and you have to release it at the top of the meter and it greens. Sometimes, in years it's changed. Like this year there was the green bar was like in between somewhere. We've had that a couple years. But basically this one, the whole concept of it is you fill it all the way to the top, you stop it at the top, it's green. And there's 5 versions of those. You got the underneath the feet, you got small one above your shoulder, big one above your shoulder, medium. It's all the same concept. It's just a different placement kind of for the meter. And they said there's going to be 15 more that are unlocked through seasons. Like during the whole 2K23 cycle, there's going to be more shot meters unlocked, which is interesting to me. I really feel like that's very, very interesting that people are going to have different shot meters. But honestly, what does the shot meters matter when you're turning your shot meter off for the most part? And they did say, they did confirm that turning your shot meter off is still a boost to your shot. It still is confirmed. I always say it doesn't really, like, it's whatever, but I still shoot my shot meter off. If some of y'all do, I guess this really doesn't matter to you. But, they talk about facilitating the offenses. There's all these, if you want to go on to NBA2K.com and read about this, I'm just kind of skipping over some little things that they talk about. But it seems like they have some of the same passing mechanics, new passing mechanics, lead passing. I don't use much of those, but if you want to go into there and look at that, you can. Defense, they said they still look at. They said they did another overhaul on the defensive mechanics. I felt like this past year, like even though I felt like shot blocking was the best it's ever been, really. I felt like when you jumped and timed it well, you got the block. I think that only got counteracted by all these 7'3" centers that came out, and they kind of changed it and made it tough to get stopped. But that's the reason, like, us, the players, we find broken things in the game that kind of ruin, like, they're not expecting us to make 7'3" centers really. But even then, like, if you have a pretty good sized player, like 6'10", 6'11", 6'12", was a 7 foot, and you jump at the time to go for the layup, you're getting a block animation, you're getting a contest animation, and you're going to make them miss the shot. So I feel like the contest system in the paint with blocking shot stuff was very solid this past year. I've seen other people say otherwise, but to me, playing power forward and playing big man positions, I really felt like if I timed it, I got blocks, I got contests, and that's in the paint. But yeah, they said they talked about blocking shots more and they fixed that a little bit, but we'll get more into that in a second. On-ball defense, they said body ups and making contact with people received more of a buff this year. There's a new indicator on the ball handler. So they said there's 3 bars that represent 3 different zones: guarding him straight up, shading him to his left hand, shading him to his right hand. And they're saying, like I said, I feel like this is just in-depth stuff that they're like poking very far into, that maybe is just the same stuff as usual. Like if you're playing his right side and they dribble into you, you're gonna body him up more and you're gonna get plucks and make them drop the ball. Who knows though, maybe it's a more in-depth system. And that's what they're kind of getting at here. They say if you shade right and they bring the ball right, you're going to drop the ball, which is kind of like common sense. But I mean, maybe it's like less people dribbling through each other's bodies sometimes that we see. But we got shot blocking, what I was just talking about. They said it's been refined. They made a huge effort to improve block targeting and give players the ability to deter any shot that comes to the paint. Block attempts well. They also pointed out that guards, if you guys have ever made like a 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guard, I wouldn't even say that tall, but like, because it was smaller guards this year. So like say 6'1" to 6'4" guards, and you had chase down, you had like a 60 block and you had chase down bronze, any single player on the other team, center, power forward, anybody that went up and you click triangle, you could get crazy chase down blocks. I do that on my 6'3" guard all the time right now, where I just get outrageous blocks because I have chase down bronze on with a 60 block. Well, they said this year they are going to fix that and there's not going to be guard shot blocking like that. Next up we got steals and ball strips. Ball strips are new and improved this year with tons of new content and better coverage. If you're a smaller defender, quick hands can be just as effective in slowing down slashers. Now that we're bringing up slashers, go back to the shot blocking thing. They did talk about dunking with the shot blocking. They said, in past years, like this past year, we always use the quick drops off 1. In 22, we use quick drops off 1 because any other dunk package, you'd get taken out of your animation. You would get blocked all the time. Like back scratches and cool tomahawk dunks are they're like just frowned upon basically. You always get blocked. But they said this year, if you have a high dunk rate and you use these tomahawks and stuff, it's going to be tough to block that shot, which it could go one to two ways. We're going to see how that works out, and we're going to see if that's even true when we play the game. Ball strip and stuff like that. I say if you're a smaller defender, you're going to get more rips, stuff like that. I think that's usual stuff they always say. We've also added failed strip contact layups. Make sure defenders' steal inputs are respected. When the ball does get knocked loose by a blocker or steal, you'll see greatly improved sideline awareness during scramble plays. That is cool to think about. Greatly improved sideline awareness during scramble plays. Pickups near the out-of-bounds lines are much more reliable, as are diving ball saves that throw the ball back in play. Ball saves that would make Dennis Rodman and Alex Caruso proud. So that's cool. As a Bulls fan, they talk about Caruso, they talk about Rodman. Gritty guys that dive on the floor and make plays. That is a big thing I like to hear about. Because, sometimes the sideline play with loose balls, so that can get a little clunky, get a little aggravating. But if they are truly fixing this, and there's, more fluidity with that, and there's going to be cooler plays where you're diving and putting the ball back in play, and new animations, that could be very, very, very exciting. So I'm really, I can't wait to see about that. Now we get into the badges, the builds, and takeovers. They've simplified the badges a lot this year in 23, or going into 23. They're simplifying the badges again, which I do like. They did try something new this year with, Limitless Spot Up, Chef, Limitless being separate badges. They separated a lot of badges and made it really in-depth, so I think they went for, if they did that, it'd make the game less OP and some badges less OP, but they re-simplified it, put it back to its old state, and they are doing like a new badge system where each badge is in different, which I think it's been like this before, but you know, they're going to tiers. There's gonna be tier 1 badges, tier 2 badges, tier 3 badges, and each badge tier costs a different amount. So, you know, I always get excited about the new badge system. You know, that always excites me. It's always something cool to see. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about the new team takeover that has been revamped, which is terrific stuff. You know, team takeover is very OP. It could take one guy that just goes crazy. Y'all seen in my videos, I go for team takeover, get my team takeover for everybody, and we just dominate the game. This year, it's not just a one-man game. Everybody has to get involved. Everybody has to get a certain amount of takeover to achieve team takeover. It's not just a one-man game. Everybody on the team has to have success in order for you to get that team takeover, which is pretty awesome to me, and it's very exciting to see that. I can't wait to see how that works. But let's pull up this picture of the badges, the new badges, and the ones they've removed we're going to look at. I got it right here. And this, so you see the badges right here. These are the ones they've added. Quite a bit. And it's just basically them simplifying the badge layout. So they added Agent 3, ability to hit difficult 3-point shots off the dribble. That's going to be a good badge. That's going to be like Circus 3s. But let's just, I mean, you look at the right side of the picture, you can see Chef's been removed, Hot Zone Hunter, Lucky 7, Mismatch Expert is moved to Playmaking now. Mismatch was one of the more OP badges in the game as a shooting badge. Now Mismatch Expert is a, basically when you get a big man on you and you're dribbling, you can break them down easier and make quicker moves and stuff like that. Set Shooter, Sniper, Limitless Spot Up, Hook Specialist is gone, Bullet Passer is gone, which is awesome to me. I hated Bullet Passer. I thought it was a very stupid badge, just to be straight up. Bullet Passer, I just didn't like thinking that guys just lollipop the ball in there because they don't have a high pass accuracy. It's just dumb to me. So, but it is pass accuracy based now, like it used to be. So if you have a high pass accuracy, you're gonna throw the ball faster, which is kind of, it's like the same stuff, but I just don't think there should ever be a badge for it. It's just such a waste of a badge. So Bullet Passer's gone, Downhill, Glue Hands, Stop and Go, and Defensive Leader. And don't worry, some of these badges that I said are gone and you see on here, you can look on here and also see that they're just renamed and reskinned and kind of resimplified. Mini Magician is a post badge, improved ability to knock down mid-range jumpers off the bounce or out of the post like MJ. Mini Magician is going to be a cool one for me. I'm somebody that loves playing in the mid-range. I feel like that's going to be a fun one. Amped reduces the shooting attribute penalties when fatigued. So, you know, that's going to have the adrenaline. That's going to factor in when your adrenaline boosts run out. You're going to have the amp badge, tireless shooter basically, tireless scorer. Comeback hit, improved ability to shoot perimeter jumpers when trailing in a game. That badge could be good. It depends how good they make it. But the ability, like, if you're losing, you're going to make more shots or, like, shoot better is kind of interesting. Hand down, man down. Makes an outside shooter even deadlier if opponent fails to get a hand in the face. That's probably going to be like Mismatch Expert. Now that I read it, I'm like, okay, that might be Mismatch Expert all over again. Space Creator. Formerly a playmaking badge, is now it now boosts the ability to hit step back jumpers and hop shots and also cause defenders to stumble. Space Creator is a shot creating badge. It was a playmaking badge this past year. It doesn't make sense to me. Always have it as a shot creating badge or a shooting badge. Limitless Range is back. Just the old Limitless Range that we all know and love. An old favorite returns, it says. Just like I said, making shooters more effective with any attempt. Separating the Limitless Range stuff was a project. They kind of went for it and it just didn't work to me. It was fine, but Limitless Range is better. Claymore, the last shooting badge, increases a spot up shooter's ability to knock down catch and shoot jumpers the longer they remain stationary prior to shooting. So, you know, that's going to be good for the sharpshooters that like to stand in a pocket and shoot the ball. Klay Thompson badge type of thing. Slithery makes it easier to gather through traffic, avoiding collisions and strips. So Slithery, same thing. Masher increases ability to finish inside layups. Masher is cool for the bigs. Standing layups you sometimes get unlucky with and you miss. So that's a good badge. Just normal. Aerial Wizard ability to successfully complete alley-oops and putbacks. Just a rename badge of Lob City finisher. Bully, like Giannis and LeBron, able to finish strong by bulldozing through traffic. Now this is the thing we seen on the preview of the game, the little trailer they dropped. That one of the animations, like people were like, it looks like the same game. One of the animations you look at, Giannis pushes through somebody like a stiff arm from like 2K18, like a stiff arm, and he finishes strong. That badge could be broken. It's one to look out for, that bully slashing badge. Playmaking badges. Killer combos improves dribblers' effectiveness with size of dribbles. I think most of these are going to be similar, just renamed. Clamp breaker, help ball handlers win more 1v1 body bump confrontations. That's going to be an interesting one for people that like to try to crab if crabbing's still in the game. Vice grip improves ball security immediately after securing a rebound catch or picking up the ball. Vice grip sounds like a good one. A lot of flukies happen after you get rebounds. That could be a solid badge. But some of these are just like extras that might not ever be used. Mismatch expert, now a playmaking badge, formerly a shooting badge. This badge now helps smaller guards break down taller defenders in a 1v1, which sounds good. Anchor, we're going to defense. Anchor, a crucial badge for last line of defense bigs, improves ability to block and contest shots in the paint. Basically our new rim protector. Workhorse, Pat Bev badge, boost ability to hustle 50-50 balls. Workhorse is hustler. Glove, named after Gary Payton, helps you strip players as they gather for shots, poke the ball free from ball handlers. That's going to be one of the more used badges. It's going to be like clamps. Box out beast helps rebounders win box out battles on both ends. That's going to be a good one. And challenger improves the effectiveness of perimeter shot contests. That's going to be a good one too. Defensive badges look solid. These new badges, like I said, a lot of them are just reworked, basically reskinned, renamed. But there are some neat ones in there that are going to be fun to take a deeper look at, and just really see. But yeah, like I said, there's the new badge system. There's the upgraded pro stick mechanics, adrenaline boost. There's a bunch of new stuff, and there's some neat things they did. They took NA shooting out, real player percentage out of online play, which is obvious, but it's great they did that. They just did a lot of neat things. It seems like it's in the right direction. I've seen a lot of positive feedback from all the information yesterday that Mike and all the 2K devs talked about. It's good to see. It's a very positive sign. I feel like a lot of these things are really cool, real neat, looks fresh. Like the new shooting stuff, the adrenaline boost is going to be interesting. But yeah, I mean, like I said, some of the stuff they say they get more in depth with, we gotta take it with a grain of salt. We gotta be like, they could just be blowing smoke, and it's not even as much of a change as they say it is. Same stuff. We're gonna go out there and hoop. We're gonna blitz people, get steals. Like, some things are just gonna be the same. It is what it is. But a lot of these things they changed, I do like. It seems like it's gonna be a very authentic experience, a very new experience. From what I see, it just looks very cool. It sounds cool. I can't wait for more news to come out. But that's all for right now. I really appreciate everybody for sticking with me. We are monetized, so you see the ad in the beginning of the video. You see the ads at the end of the videos. Appreciate you for being here and watching the video still. You know, that's the stuff we've been pushing for, just having a couple advertisements on here so you can get some great content. But I really appreciate y'all for coming through, man. All this new love. Let's keep pushing content out. 2K23, we're going to take off for sure. Have a good time. Play some Pro-Am, some Rec, some Park. And really just break this game down to an atom. Like, we're just going to have a good time. And really just, it's just going to be good, man. 2K23 is going to be a very fun one. And comment down below and let me know which edition of 2K you're getting. Are you getting the $150 one with the League Pass? League Pass is expensive, so it is actually a really good deal for $150 because League Pass alone costs more than that. The $100 version or the normal Devin Booker version. Y'all let me know in the comments. Great to be back. Let's get after it, y'all. We taking over 2K23. Let's get it.